screamed out, "Leave him alone, you core slimes!" and charged right at them. Well, one of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just about knocked me cold.
Ow. I'll do it myself.
Hey, I don't need
Lucky
a lecture
Dan.
from you. You ain't my mother. I knew what I was doing. Those Vulcans
Oh man, how am I your
didn't
mother?
scare me. They're nothing but cowards. I knew how to deal with them. Of course, I never got the chance. I guess Zalbar didn't like seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl and yanked that Vulcan a meter up off the ground and held him there by his throat.
Ooh. What did the other two walkers do?
The other two screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an angry Wookiee up close, it isn't a pretty sight. I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Vulcan was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out. I keep telling Zalbar to brush those choppers of his, but he never listens. Just stay upwind when he's speaking and you'll be fine. Anyway, I knew those Vulcans would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know?
Nope. No, I don't. How do you end up on
Some
Taris?
kind of trouble back on Kashyyyk. That's all I know, really. Big Z doesn't like to talk about it. In case you didn't notice, he's the strong, silent type. Doesn't much matter to me,
Like the
though.
rookie from
I
Gear
accept
from
him for
Halo.
what he is,
ODST.
not what he was. He and Zalbar like to live in the present.
How did you survive before you met
Hey,
Zalbar?
what's that supposed to mean? You think I can't take care of myself? I've got street smarts. I know how to get by on my own. In fact, I look out for Zalbar more than he looks out for me, you know? Big Z's a little
I
bit
don't.
too gullible to make it alone on the mean streets of the lower city.
We should get back to the task
I
on hand.
suppose you're right. Like I used to tell my brother, fast talk and slick words don't get the job done.
Yeah, but brother?
My brother's a touchy subject, you know? It just so happens, I don't really feel like talking about him right now. Nothing personal. Let's just get back to the business at hand, okay?
Okay. Pause. And save. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hey, outcast corpse. What happened to you? You got raped. Promised Land Apprentice Journal. Ooh, the apprentice. Found the journal of Rukila's apprentice near her corpse. You should return the old man in the outcast village to tell him of her fate and deliver the journal to him. Yes, indeed. Those look like eggs. How's that rubble? Thank you. Da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. I'm just holding a big gun. Nothing suspicious about that. Is it? I hear blaster bolts in the around.
What?
Damn it, are they all the way back there? Holy shit. Open the damn gates. Whoa. Whoa.
The rat ghoul disease can infect you. It can transform you into one of those. Greetings once more, Upworlder. Do you bring news of my apprentice? Have you discovered her fate and proved yourself to be a true savior of my people?
She did.
It is as I feared then. She joins the list of those who have given their lives in the service of our cause. But though I am saddened by this news, there is yet hope. By finding my apprentice, you have proved yourself worthy, Upworlder. You are to be the beacon on our path to salvation.
I shall
You
betray
will
it.
Guide us to the promised land.
Guide you? But I don't even know where the promised land is.
You are marked, Upworlder. Even my dim old eyes can see
Dumb
the
old
mantle
eyes.
of destiny that cloaks you. Perhaps old Rukil knows you better than you know yourself. I am old. I have lived 100 years
bastard.
in the Undercity, cast down into the darkness. I know the legends and history of our people, and now you must learn it too.
You're going crazy, man. Very well, tell me the history of your people.
The great city of Taris covers the entire surface of this planet. there is no land to grow food. Kelp harvests and the creatures of the sea are our only food source.
You mean
A century
creatures
ago,
of poop?
rising levels of toxic pollution poisoned the oceans, and famine swept the planet. The rich hoarded food for their own use, and the poor were left to starve and die.
Yeah!
I've seen of Taris, it doesn't
No.
look like much has changed. Except for the upper city, people here are just as bad off as the poor in your little history.
But the poor rose up against this tyranny, and civil war engulfed the planet. Millions died in the fighting, and huge sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed in the end. Thousands were taken prisoner. The jails could not hold them all, and so the practice of banishing all prisoners to the Undercity was born.
Right. How is that you came to be
Many
down here?
brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families.
What did you expect? If they could get away with it, the Tarisian nobles would stuff their own mothers down here to make more room in the upper city.
Now we live a dark existence beneath the streets of Taris, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to
sound like the
show us
prophet
the
of
way
regret.
to get there.
How can I lead? Okay.
Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the Promised Land, just as my grandfather and father did before me.
What happened to them?
When I became
Oh,
old
wait,
and
they
gray,
did.
my apprentice continued the search on my behalf.
Sounds like a myth to me. Something to give the people here some false hope to cling to so they don't go mad with despair.
I have
Nice.
collected many clues hinting
Nice, you
at
have a
its
heart.
location.
Asshole.
The journal of my apprentice provides yet more information. But still, there are too many pieces missing from this puzzle. But I know my father and grandfather each had journals where they recorded their own discoveries. Perhaps with their journals, I could at last uncover its hidden location.
I have one of the journals you're looking for.
Yes, Upworlder. Well done. However, I see that this journal alone does not have enough clues for me to solve this mystery. Too many pieces are still missing. I'm afraid that only with all three journals, my grandfather's, my father's, and my apprentice's, will I be able to discover the location of the Promised Land. I will leave this journal with you for safekeeping for now. Perhaps it will aid you in your search for the others. I wish you luck, Upworlder, for the sake of the entire village.
Yay! Alright, let's go find those other journals and whatnot. Outcast man. Oh god, not this
I saw
asshole.
you talking with Rukel. He told you his legends about the Promised Land, didn't he? He told you all about his missing apprentice and the other lost explorers, right? You know, most people don't believe his stories. They figure he's nothing but an old cook. But I think there might be some truth in what he's saying. That's why I want to stop him.
Wow.
For an outcast, I've got things pretty good. The village relies on me to bring in food and supplies. I'm an important man. If it wasn't for Gendar, I'd be running this place.
I get the feeling if it wasn't for Gendar, this place would be a lot worse off than it is.
But if Rukel ever finds his Promised Land, I'm sunk. People won't need to rely on me anymore. I'll just be another nobody like all the rest of the villagers.
You are a nobody.
I won't let that happen.
That's horrible. How can you be so self-centered?
Don't judge me. I learned a long time ago that if I want to survive down here, I've got to look out for number one. The two explorers who went searching for the Promised Land might have found something. They might have found clues or evidence, just like Rukel's apprentice. They would have recorded that information in their journals. I'll pay you if you bring all three journals to me. The two from the explorers and the one from Rukel's apprentice. Then I can destroy the evidence and make sure nobody ever finds the Promised Land.
Asshole.
I've saved up enough credits for my business here to make it worth your while if you help me.